all 3-4s. Eloy's a 4-5. That's who we have.
Coach, sophomores being veterans nowadays, can you tell yet if Jones and Lamb possess that leadership gene at the same time?
They're working. They're really, what you have to do is you lead by example. And if you're leading, you're serving your team. It's not just what you're doing. You're serving everybody by how you work, how you help, what you do to pick everybody up, yet you're still finishing first in the runs. You're the hardest worker in the weight room. And then you're doing things, how can I help my teammates? What do I do to make it easier for them? That's what a leader does. So those guys are growing into that. It's not easy to do because you got to really be one of those guys that works. You know, you're a leader and you're in the tub. Come on, guys, work, and you're on ice. They don't want to hear that. You know, you got to be out there and finishing first and dragging guys with you. You can do this. Keep breathing. I got your back. Just do what you're doing. You're doing great. That kind of stuff.
Of the younger guys who you see as a leader, look at and say, this guy has that.
Well, they're all in their own way. They all lead. They tell me Marcus has been the best in the weight room of any freshman that I've had. So that's why when you look at him, he's like a pit bull dog right now. And Marcus Teague stares at me when I talk to him. I'm talking a open-eyed, what am I saying? Because he's going to do exactly what I say. It's unbelievable. He looks like he's one of the most coachable guys I've had to this point. But then again, Michael leads, Anthony leads. You want more than one leader because it's like flying like geese. Somebody steps up and then let this guy lead for a while. It's not your day, let him lead for a while. Those are the best teams I've had, where you have more than one guy that could take the reins of the team and run with it.
What do you think about Kansas game he played in Lithuania?
That's great. Good for him. He's a great kid. Great kid. Going to be a heck of a pro, too.
Ron, you talk about the Kentucky effect, the blessing is to be here. How's that impacting you as a person in the season?
Well, I say this, you sit in the seat I'm in, you can stay in your office and watch tape, or you can get out and be involved in this community, in this state. You can move people for good. You can reach out and visit and a dinner. You can, and it's, you know, it's like the other day, we're in Louisville, there are 1,200 people, and you got ladies in wheelchairs and oxygen and crying, and you're like, what in the world is going on here? And I just happened to, I walked around the room, and it was like you would, I mean, squeeze hugs, like the kind of hug like you get, and that's this position. It's not me, it's the position. And I say, I'm only here for a short period of time. We've had one guy here, he was here 42 years. The rest of us are here temporarily. And so you use the seat either for good or you stay in the office, watch tape, and I'm not doing that. I don't get involved in that stuff. And I've chosen to do the other, and doesn't take away from what I do. It makes me feel better, which makes me coach better, which makes me help my team understand that they've also been blessed to get involved. You know, we bring kids to the practices and try to get them to understand how blessed they've been to be in the position they're in.
John, you've coached some guys that have been the number one pick in the draft before. Anthony Davis' name has already been talked about that. How talented is he? How much has he impressed you already?
He's really good. He's a great kid. I mean, this kid has a smile on his face. If I told him you're playing center and you're going to have to slug it out, he'd say, okay. You know, and the reason we changed our break is I keep watching our team and saying, I don't want to run him to the rim because that's not what he is. Get out there and run and make plays and then slide in there if you need to. And it's interesting, but and we don't know how this thing's going to play out and who's going to be drafted where. That's all, you know, nonsense stuff at this point. But I'll tell you, he's good. Michael's, they're all good. I've got a good team.
John, what personally will make this season a disappointment and will make it a success?
Just as long as we're getting better and my team is improving and we're playing well and and there's a peace of mind for all of us, then it's a success.
This being Darius' final go-round, do you detect an extra sense of urgency out of him at this point?
You'd have to talk to him about it, but he looks great. I'm proud of him. He's a great kid. I mean, he'll do whatever this team needs him to do to win. That's what he'll do. I'm just coaching my team. That's what I do. I work here at the University of Kentucky, and I coach my team. That seems to aggravate a lot of people.
Talk about getting to the Final Four. We hope we have that one special player. How many candidates do we have on this team?
I was still thinking about what I said. Tell me that again. What did you say?
Talked earlier about being in the Final Four and the team that wins, you can have that one special player. I wonder how many candidates.
Well, let me just tell you, to really be a good team, you need 3 guys, at least 2. You know, the coaching up stuff, you need 3 pros on your team in all likelihood to try to do something crazy. And that's just how it is. I mean, I talk about the team they had here in '96. They had 9 NBA players. There were 9 NBA players on that team. You want that. But back then, kids didn't leave early. Now they leave early. So to have those kind of numbers, something happened. So,
John, when was the last time, if ever, you signed a highly talented kid, you couldn't wait to see him leave?
I couldn't what?
Wait to see him leave. You talked a lot about great kids, and I wonder, how often, or have you been a pretty good judge of what fits in?
Oh, you mean to tell me I got a kid and I said, this kid is, just get him out of here? Well, I wouldn't think in those terms. My whole thing would get him to change. But I'm telling you, there were guys that were the best players I coached that I couldn't wait to get them out because I knew they were ready and they were going to go in that league and do well. And, you know, but as far as me trying to say there's a guy that I'm like, can't stand this guy. You know, there's guys that are easier to coach than others. But listen, I have been blessed because my best players have always been good guys. And when your best player is a good guy, this is easy. How about when your best player is a jerk? What, you going to throw him off? He's your best player. So you're going to get rid of him. I would get rid of him. Okay, and then you're going to lose your job. Well, no. Well, yeah, you are. So what are you going to do? When you my best players have all been good guys. And let me say this. Part of the reason, why would a kid, if he were to be drafted, and he gets drafted and he's a first, even if he was a second round, but he's a 1, 2, 5, 7 pick in the draft, why would they come back to school and finish the term? Why would they do that? They've only been in school 1 year. Why would they finish that term? Why would they not finish the term? Why would they just leave? Because they say, I don't need this. This does nothing for me. I'm going to the pros. I'm leaving now. It's called loyalty. They're loyal to the program. To me personally, they know I'm loyal to them, and they're not going to hurt the program. And that's why our APR is 974. That's what you're trying to create in that family atmosphere. We're all in this together. We're all trying to help each other. I know coaches for me, and guess what? I'm for this university, I'm for this program, and I'm for him, too.
Is that part of your priority, or one of your priorities when you recruit? You look for a kid like that?
Well, you recruit character, believe me. You want good kids, and that's, you know.
NBA thing, was there an opportunity here for college basketball to sort of move into the center piece without the NBA? You kind of coach on both sides of the ball. Do the fans cross over for their crossover?
No. I think college basketball is, it's almost like they're 2 different sets of fans. Now, will some of those fans want to watch college basketball? Probably. Are they going to start buying college basketball tickets and throw NBA to the south? No, they won't. What you have, though, is a vacuum of how many NBA writers that have nothing to write about. That, what are they going to write about? Probably be right here in Lexington writing. I don't know. But you're going to have a bunch of those guys. I don't know what they do. But I think this thing is not going to go as long as everybody thinks. I'm not talking by knowledge. I'm just knowing that, you know, these owners and players will come together and they'll get stuff worked out.
Two more questions. How's having all the NBA guys that have been in town?
It's been great. It's great. You know, what they were doing was they were working, and they work. They work, and they spend time. So you may say, You mean to tell me they go work in the weight room for an hour and a half, and then they do individual work for an hour, hour and a half? Yeah, then they go get a bite to eat, and they come back and play for 3 hours? What? That's their job. They're professional. They play that's their job. So they go all day. What else do they have to do? And so you're telling your players, understand, yeah, you're going to, on your own. There's no one looking over these guys. They're here working. Right now, I can't tell you how hard Rondo's working. It's incredible. It's incredible. As this thing comes back, Rondo will have a knockout year. No question in my mind. They're going to look at who the heck is this guy in Boston because of what I'm seeing, how hard he's working. But that's what the good thing was for us. They got to see how hard a Durant. Why would Durant? He's the best player, one of the best 5. He works his butt off. He works. He spends time. And how about the Oklahoma City doing it together? They're all working together. Well, it starts with the leadership of their team. So